Welcome to Chapter 4. This is the last video for the chapter on ratio, proportions, and percents. This video is continued from Module 2 and from 4.5.B, looking at special applications for percent calculations. And in this one, we're going to look at solving applications involving percentages. Specifically efficiency, and we're going to look at being able to have increases and decreases. So looking at efficiency first, efficiency is when energy is converted from one form into another in a machine, a conversion process. You can see this in generators, you can see this in gear ratios, and so it's useful to talk about the efficiency of a process. It's a fraction where you're comparing how much energy you're putting in to how much energy you're getting out. And so we look at this as output over input, and that gives us our efficiency. Again, one of the things I want to make sure to point out that this is a proportion type of problem, so that's a continuation of the last video that we were doing. And so looking at efficiency for this problem, we've got an automobile engine. It's 175 horsepower, and it only delivers 140 horsepower to the transmission. So it's looking for the efficiency of the process. So again, output over input. And so this is pretty much a simple substitution type of problem. And so it says that our engine is rated at 175 horsepower, so that's what it's putting in, and it's only putting out 140 horsepower, so that's what's putting out. It's asking about the efficiency of the process. So in doing this, we cross multiply and divide, and we were able to find out that it is 80% efficient in this case. We want to look at percent change as well. We want to look at either a percent increase or a percent decrease. This is used in a lot of different fields, and some of you on your jobs, you might be looking at percent increase or decrease in business or in sales or in production. So what we want to look at is we want to look at how much things have gone up compared to the original amount. And so that's our percent of increase or decrease. So it's basically the amount of increase or decrease over the original amount. So what did you change over how much you started with? So when we look at this problem, we're looking at an electrical circuit, and it's putting out 20% or 20 amps, and the output increases by 10%. And so what's the new value of the output? So we want to go ahead, and that's step one. We make sure that we identify what our change proportion is, and that's what we looked at in the last page. We're going to substitute the values that we have, and we know that the original amount is 20 amps and the percentage increase is 10%. So let's go ahead and solve that. And so we're looking for the amount of increase, and so we're looking for the original amount that we have is 20 amps. And we know that our percent increase was 10%, and that was over 100. And so we're looking for x right here, and so we're going to go ahead and cross multiply and divide, and so that's going to be 200 over 100. And we're able to go ahead and do this. Divide that out, solving the problem, and we see that 2 is the amount of increase, so that's our amperage increase. And if we take our original amount of 20 plus our new amount, and we get 22 amps is our new amount. So we're able to find the new output with a 10% increase of output. Our next example, we're going to look at the output of a machine, and it makes 600 whatever gidgets a day. If the output decreases by 8%, then what's the new output? So again, same type of problem. We're going to read it, we're going to reread it, we're going to figure out what the facts are. So we know that the original amount of gidgets was 600 a day, and the percent decrease, and so that's the original amount, the percent decrease is 8%, so that means that we need to find x here. So let's go ahead then and we'll figure this out. And x over 600 gidgets is an 8% decrease over 100, and so cross multiply. So 600 times 8 is going to give us 4,800 equals 100x. We're going to divide by 100. Divide by 100 gets rid of those zeros, and so x equals 48 gidgets. Okay, and so then if we know that number, the difference between an increase and a decrease is of course subtraction. So we'll take our 600 original gidgets, we will subtract the 48 gidgets that's due to the decrease, and we end up with 552 gidgets that are now being produced, and which is 8% less than what they were originally producing. And that is the last part of this chapter. Hopefully these videos have helped you and shown you another way to be able to solve your homework problems. Again, don't forget we will meet once a week, being able to go over homework problems. If you have any questions, please contact me by email or by phone.